Mitch from PickDogs.com. It's halftime of the Oregon versus Wisconsin Rose Bowl matchup. The granddaddy of them all, right? What a game. Great game. And, it's not the best played game. And sometimes the best games aren't the best played games. This game, there's 31 points on the board. And one of them was a surgical drive by Oregon right out of the gate. And outside of that, the rest of it, turnovers, aided by turnovers, or special teams. So special teams playing a big role here for Wisconsin. Two beautiful kickoff returns. One that went to the house, another one that, boy, it looked like it was going to the house. Right? It's like maybe they shouldn't kick to this guy anymore. And, of course, Wisconsin gets the ball to start the second half in this one as well. So, pretty good game here. It's right on the number, right? It's right on the number. The weird thing to me is, and I haven't looked at any of the statistics yet, and we're going to look at those in just a second, but I haven't really looked at these numbers, but the weird thing to me is that it seems that Wisconsin's really kicking their butt statistically. But we'll see. We'll take a look at the numbers, and we'll see exactly what they are. But to me, it looks like that Wisconsin has dominated this game. It just feels like it, Feels like that. So you guys feel free to chime in with your observations here. Herbert, 9 of 14 for 81 yards with the interception. Cohn, 15 of 18, 88 yards with a touchdown and interception. Jonathan Taylor averaging 4.7 yards a carry. His longest carry, 12 yards, 4.7 yards a pop. Pretty much there. But Verdell on Oregon, 10 carries, 25 yards. That Wisconsin defense is tough. And Johnson on Oregon, 3 catches, 30 yards. This has been a good game. This is a good game. Herbert with the 2 rushing touchdowns so far in this game. But let's take a look at the second half lines. Take a look at some of the team stats when we get back to this in just a second. Because to me, watching the game, it looks like Oregon's dominating. Wisconsin is dominating. They even said Washington on the TV as well. Chris Fowler referred to them as Washington, I noticed at one point. But, how many games does this guy call and how many teams? But it just seems that Wisconsin's dominating. But, on the scoreboard, it certainly doesn't look that way. I think the pass interference call right there before the half, I think that could have been double pass interference on both guys. No, this is the way Oregon plays all year. Nothing odd about their play calling. This is the exact same play calling we've seen. So Oregon is +1 in the second half. Wisconsin -1. I think that's about right. I think Pick'em is right. I kind of like Wisconsin here. I think they've dominated the game. And I think they'll wear them down. But let's take a look at some of these stats before we put any money on my bright insight without looking at the numbers. Yeah, Wisconsin's 61 rushing yards to Oregon's 29, so they doubled them up. And then passing, while Herbert is the far better QB, 110 yards passing for Oregon and 149 for Wisconsin. Of course, the big deal is the interceptions that each of them has thrown. Both of the interceptions led to points. Wisconsin got a field goal, and Oregon got a touchdown. And the time of possession in Wisconsin's favor, and we saw Minnesota run that same strategy. So going by what we've seen here, I like Wisconsin here in the second half as well. I think just the opposite. I don't think Oregon's passing game is going to start working in the second half. I think that Wisconsin's going to start really hammering down on the run for Oregon and leave them very, very few chances. I think the refs, to be honest, the way that this thing has been officiated certainly look like they might have a little something on the Badgers here because that pass interference before the half, it was ticky-tack at best. They could have called it either way. I thought it was offensive. I think when you grab the guy by the back of the jersey and throw him down to the ground head first, it's usually pass interference on you. I'm not feeling better at all. A drop better, but not much. My head feels like it's going to explode. I'm drinking green tea and wiping my nose with a tissue. That certainly doesn't mean I'm feeling better. Anyways, my wife's like, man, like all the guy did was ask. It was nice of you to ask. Thank you. My wife is becoming a little too involved with this stuff. Definitely part of the problem. She has been doing all of our social media. So if you see anything on Twitter or Facebook, posts that we have on the website, it's all been my wife joining in. It's been a family effort this time around with Pick Dogs. Last time I think I was kind of on my own, just a lot of moral support. But this time it's Advil, cold, and sinus. Best stuff available. Carrie? Okay, I'm on it. But I got so many videos to do for tomorrow. It's crazy. We've got 2 college football bowl games tomorrow, 9 NBA, and I'm doing, I think I have 15 college basketball videos I'm doing as well. I don't think the Badgers offense is struggling at all. I mean, you guys must be watching a different game than I'm watching, because that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that Wisconsin's got 5 penalties for 35 yards, and that's been the difference. They've also turned the ball over twice. So you take away those 2 turnovers, I mean, they have the special teams touchdown too, Wisconsin. I think the special teams, Wisconsin is dominating that as well, but Oregon's only averaging 1.7 yards per carry, and that's the problem. You got to show your ID, Carrie, when you buy the Advil, cold, and sinus. I don't know if it's going over or under. It certainly looks like an under right now, but it's at 31. So I could see 3 touchdowns being scored in the second half. The total for the second half is set at 24. Man, that looks spot on too, right? I really like Wisconsin, though, in the second half. I think it's no problemo. They have a -7.5 line on this one and a -4.5. The problem is that they're so conservative. I got tons of videos to do today. I'm going to jump in and go do those. And then, of course, I'll be back at halftime of Georgia versus Baylor. You think Georgia can get 22 guys to suit up for this game? You want to talk about a team that doesn't care. Look at Georgia this game. They just don't care. It's like they don't want to play, which is just odd, Can we see the game? Yeah, if you turn on your TV, you could see the game, I'm sure. I'm not really sure. I don't really understand the question. But the Baylor-Georgia line has now gone to 3.5, and I'm seeing it move to 3 as well. As it's apparent that Georgia doesn't want to be there. Can we see the game? Yeah, when someone says a dog is about to romp, that's usually the bad sign. But for this, I'm on Wisconsin second half. I honestly think they've dominated this game. It's the 2 turnovers that have gotten to them. The passing yards are about the same, 88, 81. You would expect Oregon to have a clear edge in passing yards, but they don't. Herbert's got 6 incompletions. Cohen only has 3 incompletions. And, of course, Wisconsin with Taylor doubling up the Oregon rushing attack. Here it is. Here's the everyone's cold recipe. Ginger and Coca-Cola. Boil it. Strain out the ginger and drink it. Is it hot? You drink it or you drink it cold? Nate, I'm listening. I'm willing to try anything at this point. How much ginger do you put in what, like a 12-ounce can of Coca-Cola? Or like 2 liters? You gotta help me out a little bit. And how much ginger do you put in? I think I'm gonna jump on Baylor here too. I'm just gonna take them on the money line, though. But I'm on Wisconsin. I'm on Wisconsin second half. Not so sure about the total. Because Wisconsin is kind of doing what Minnesota, kind of trying to play keep away a little bit here. Yeah, I don't drink whiskey, so that's one's not gonna happen. I don't drink. I drank about 15 years past fun. Not ready to start up again because I'm sick. Get some raw ginger root, slice it up, and eat it. Yeah, that sounds fun. I think we have some ginger candy lying around, to be honest. Yeah, there's a video out there on the Marquette Creighton on our YouTube channel if that's what you're interested in. Just go to our YouTube channel. It's called Pick Dogs, just like it says on everything here. And you can go there. There's a video on that game. It's called Creighton versus Marquette. Yeah, it felt like I was going to pop. That's what it feels like exactly. It feels like my head's going to pop. Hopefully it doesn't pop before the Georgia game or before the national championship game. I don't love the total in the second half, that's for sure. Oh, it's on YouTube. The Coca-Cola ginger cure is on YouTube. So it's on the internet, so it must be true. But I believe you, Nate. It's worth a try. Look at this formation. They formed a plane on the field. Look at this, Kerry. See it? They formed a plane on the field. They just crop dusted with it. Great, Wayne. You should put your picks in the Facebook group. It's the place to put it. Anyways. Yeah, if you turn on the TV, the game is on. It's on the Rose Bowl game. What game? I mean, we're not a TV network. We're just a website. We're just guys that pick games. I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Anyways, thanks for joining me. It's been a fun halftime. I'll see you guys at halftime of the Sugar Bowl. Hopefully I start feeling better. I can actually breathe out of my nose sort of right now, which has been weird because I haven't been able to do that for about 2 days. So maybe I am on the way back. I thought I had this cold kicked. That's the whole problem is I thought I had it. And then all of a sudden it came back. I was worse. It always starts with a sneezing fit. But anyways, talking about sneezing fits. Wisconsin second half. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you guys at halftime of the Sugar Bowl game. I'll see you guys in a few hours. Later.